Hello. This is called kindling. Falling in love will change everything. It will brilliantly brighten up your world, lighten the hue around you, color every characteristic, shift the entire focus. And love is something else. Something beyond the human compass of description. Beyond letters and words and lines on paper, something that can only be felt with the full capacity of the heart. It will rip you open and tear you to shreds, limb from limb, past the extent of being. It will fill you fuller than your favorite meal, leave you richer than that winning deal, and show up keenly, serenely, supremely surreal. It will consume you with every breath you possess, every beat inside your cage. So where do we begin with this many-splendored, crazy little thing called makes the world go round kind of bag? It's all you need, will keep us together, and can move mountains. My God. This is love. And that ain't even the half of it. So I'd like to explore this, because what has love got to do with it? Let's start with where we stand. There's a man on the corner who's begging for change, and I tell him I'm right there with him. But then I walk by, turn away without a simple second thought of how I might help, continue off into my own individual oblivion, some shallow sensibility of the reality all around me, muttering, I'll give something next time, or it's all on credit these days. Flip through that subconscious questioning of what he'd actually go off and spend it on, as if that's any of my business. I mean, a gift isn't quite as generous if it's entangled in an expectation of outcome, even for someone who presumably needs it, whatever that means. So instead, I give nothing. I mean, a quick nod or glance perhaps, but little else of my energy towards his experience. No true sense of his suffering compared to the comforts of my convenience, the illusory luxury of living solely for self. We do this all the time. Avoid the acknowledgement of others. Not necessarily intentional or aware of our behaviors, and not to say that handing out $5 somehow makes us a savior, or that it's wrong to question it. It's just something to think about. You know, the interesting thing about this instant we're in the midst of is that there simply and never will be another quite like it. Where we have been and where we are going cannot and could not and will not compare to now. And these lifetimes we live are comprised from a plethora of presents. But see, now is not a guarantee and plays out more like a mystery, some subtlety strung from split-second timing, universally aligned and in tune with our hearts, disguised in some all-too mundane reality. Truly, it's a gift, given and guided by hands that are bigger than our own. And whatever you choose to believe, you've got to admit there's something at stake here. Still, I wonder what this is. The hesitation of the human experience. An avoidance, an apathetic speck of ego, though by speck I mean battalion, because the true war roars within us. And we are faced in each now moment with love or fear. See, there is a humility to our humanity that feels necessary to carry with us, because left to our own devices, we will often have the tendency to swerve towards some quick fix, autonomous existence, fall asleep to the harmony and magnificence. The learning curve is to be within the balance of light and weight. The same feels and forces which lift the wings of birds to fly and glide the skies, then inevitably bend and settle them gently towards the ground. We are